All right, our last topic for Module 1 is the tech adoption curve. And this is something that you may have seen before, and you may have seen it applied in a variety of different ways, but I will be talking about it as it pertains to the adoption of new technologies in the classroom.
So here you can see that this looks like a pretty normal bell curve. And the idea of the technology adoption cycle is that it is about the acceptance of a new product or of some type of innovation. And it really does follow this bell curve model that is normal distribution for pretty much any types of groups. The first group on this adoption curve are the innovators, and the innovators make up only 2.5% of the whole population. These are the people who think of the incredible things that could be done with technology, in particular, like how it could be used in lessons or to meet learning goals. And some of them are even building the technology to make this possible. The next group, which makes up 13.5%, is the group of the early adopters. These are risk takers who really see the full potential in the technology, and these early adopters see that opportunity for high returns in the utilization of technology. The next group is the early majority. And these are people who are pragmatic, and this group of people, which makes up 34% of the adoption curve, tends to look towards their peer group for successful ideas. They watch the innovators and the early adopters, and they trust that these groups will have tweaked the product to meet their needs. The next group, which is also 34%, is the late majority. The late majority is conservative. They do not buy into the technology until it's no longer state of the art. Instead, they don't adopt until the technology is commonplace. The last group, which makes up 16% of the population, is the group of the laggards. The laggards are the skeptics. This last group is only grudgingly forced to use the technology when they have no choice but to adopt it. So there you have it, the technology adoption curve. I'm sure you can think of people who you work with or who you've worked with in the past who fit into each and every one of these categories. I'd like to challenge you to try to move towards the left side of this curve and become one of the innovators, or at the very least, the early adopters.